Hi everybody, welcome to the fifth video of the 25 days of Christmas, and today is the 29th. I am working on tomorrow's video if it gets out. I'm not too sure if it'll be out tomorrow or the day after, but it'll get out. I started this video today because this being the 29th of November, my two beautiful dogs have turned 13 today. So I want to get them in this video. Just a moment while I call them in. All right, that one's Baylor. He's not one of the boys. Well, he's one of the boys, but he's not one of the 13-year-olds. Zeus and Apollo come here. Zeus, Apollo. Not Baylor. Not Baylor. Ooh, he says hi. There's Zeus. 13 years old today. And there's his brother behind him, Apollo. And yes, that was a funny face. At 13, that makes them 91 in human years. So they're doing pretty well. They're both arthritic these days. Apollo, come closer. Apollo. They're waiting for goodies. Apollo, come here, honey. Come here, my love. This one here was meant to always be my dog. And as you can see, he's got cataracts that's developed. He doesn't see as good anymore, so he barks at just about anything. Oh, baby. I know, I love you too. Oh, you're so jealous. But these three boys are the loves of my life, with the two older ones being the absolute loves. And, of course, Baylor will be my absolute love when these two boys have gone. They've already lost some of their siblings. Hush. And so this is my memorializing them in case they don't make it another year. They're my absolute heart. And when they go, I'll go. I'll go nuts. They've loved me forever, and I've loved them even longer. I didn't know I wanted them. I started off wanting a Sheltie, a miniature collie, and had the money put aside and thought, well, you know, I'll find a Sheltie eventually that I'd love and, you know, be happy with, and because that was my goal, a Sheltie. Well, one day my mother-in-law called and said that my husband's sister had puppies and that she needed to find them homes. So I thought, okay, no harm. I'll just go look and I'll placate them. But when I got there, those two little boys absolutely stole my heart completely. And when I got them, they were approximately 6.5, 7 weeks old, something like that. So yes, I got them close to mid-January of 2011 because they were born in November 29th of 2010. And they've been with me ever since. They are my lifetime babies. And I will never do without them. So that's the beginning of this video. I hope you don't take off now because it was just this, you think. It won't be just this. This will just be added to the beginning of the video. All right, peace out. I'm going to go make some resin pieces. All right, back in a few. Howdy, everybody. All right, this video is being finished on November 30th. It will be posted hopefully tonight or in the morning on the 1st. I have decided I want to do these molds here as shown in the video with my puppies. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if this marker, it is a Sharpie marker, will adhere to this mold. It would be nice if I put it on the actual portion it's supposed to be, but we shall see what happens. I do hope you enjoyed the video portion of my puppies. They are my prides and joy. It does look like it's trying to adhere, so I'm going to be good with that. Some portions are pulling away, others are doing well. Very difficult to see where I'm at with this. And yeah, you can't really go back over because you pull it off if you do. So I'm just trying to make sure I've got coverage everywhere. And this is the difficult portion in this area here because of the portion that sticks out here. That's for a bulb to actually fit into after they're done. I'm finding that this pen tries to dry out quickly. It is an old Sharpie. I can't say much about that, so it's still trying to work, but let's just dab it on right there. And with the light on it, I can't really tell if it's light shining off of it or if it's just missing. If I can get this portion done. Let me try this. It's not actually a paint marker, it is a permanent marker. So I'm just going to shake it down a little bit and see if that helps bring the ink back down. Yes, that helped a lot. Okay, so now that I have that portion done, I can put it back into normal position. Show that up there. I do see a spot where I kind of missed a little bit there, so I'm just going to pull that off with my fingernail. Alright, now I'm just going to go ahead and finish up this portion of it and shake it again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. There we go. Much better flow. Looks like it's trying to do it again, so a little bit more shaking. Oh, that does work so much better. It being very cold in this room doesn't help matters either. Oops, got some in on the inside there. Well, back to shaking. Okay, just a little bit of shaking is all that needed. Sorry, I have to tilt it a little bit towards me so I can see what's going on. And back to shaking again. Seems like 3 little shakes seems to do it. And this seems to be working in those, ooh, darn, those metallic markers too. There we go. As with all Sharpies, it seems that they tend to have a stench to them. So if you're a sensitive person for smells, I would not suggest using. Oh, look at this, everybody. I'm gold. So shaking it's not a good idea either. Let's see if we can just pick up some of that gold right off my finger. Well, that seems to work, so let's do that again. Right off the finger. Seeing that on my finger, I'm wondering, am I splattering this stuff everywhere? Oh my goodness, I am splattering it everywhere. I was wondering why it started looking like there happens to be glitter, but it's not glitter. It's coming out the cap. Okay, so if you do that, make sure you have a napkin or something. My remotes are golden. Let's go ahead and cap that real fast. Shake it inside the napkin. I only have a small fraction to go here. There we go. Alright, I'm going to cap that, and then I'm going to clean off my hands and my remotes, and I'll be right back. Just an interesting fact. It does not come off the remote because I can't use alcohol on it because it's a plastic remote. And so my light remote is very pretty now. The back of my camera remote is also very pretty now. I will be able to get it cleaned off of the silicone things, but most everything else is not able to be alcohol sprayed. My scissors are pretty. My fingers are sticking together because I can't get it all off. So I will work with what I have. It's the best I can think of to do. This is done. I will not be using that gold pen for any other purpose right now. Not until I can find a way to seal it off. It must have happened really when I was shaking it really hard the first time around. But it is what it is, right? We all live and learn. So I'm going to try to get it off my fingers to get the sticky off. And I'll be back very shortly. Okay, I got as much sticky off my hands as I could. Luckily this hand wasn't touched. But this one, I can't even say it's pretty any longer because when you start washing that off, it turns like an ugly, muddy brown. So, well, anyway, these are the light bulb ornaments that I'll be doing. There's this one, of course, here. It is a very shiny gold pen. And there is the stocking, the candy cane, the tree. Now the tree is really oddly done because its light bulb portion is right here at the bottom. So I'm not sure how to proceed really with that one. I don't like the idea that that's there. It doesn't work for hanging the proper way on a tree. I mean, otherwise it's going to be hanging upside down like that. And with the weight that this is going to have, that will happen. It will hang upside down. So even if you try to prop it up, it won't look proper. So I might not even do that tree. I'm not sure. Then I have two reindeer. They're cute. And I will be doing those with epoxy all the way through. I do have this beautiful bronze, so they'll be a brown color at least, like they should be. I will be using some UV resin, which is this one I've gotten from Temu. Yes, I'm holding it sort of upside down so it stays down there. That bottle is close to empty, but I do have a second one ready and available. Also, I will be using the epoxy with a little bit of alcohol ink because these cannot be opaque if you want the light to shine. So I'll be using these little cups to put some different colors in, and then I'll finish them off. See, my plan had been just to color these little inner portions here and then just pour in some semi-transparent or transparent inks, or not inks, epoxy. But then there's areas here that need to be separated. This is a candy cane. Of course it needs red and white stripes. So I'm trying to figure out if I should start red, white, put the red right here, and then this bow has to be a different color. And because of the spacing, this would end up being white, and then red and white at the bottom. So I'm going to have to figure that one out. As far as the stocking, it also has to have an area or two filled in with a different coloration. So with the same with this here. Now I could have it one solid color, but I think it deserves some sort of color separation. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my little pots over. And pour a little bit of resin into each one. I don't want too much. Because there's not going to be a lot of huge color needed in those other areas for separation. I'm thinking going to need a little bit of white or a little bit of red. I want blue in the ornament, green in the tree, and then there's these little dots for the lights, representative of the lights. So I'm going to try to figure out how to dot those little lights. So let me see how we can get this done. Alright, so let me pick out one here. Let me see, I have a silver. No, don't want silver this time. There's the red, so let's do that one. Now remember, UV resin doesn't play well with alcohol inks, so you need to figure out, I don't know what this is. Oh, it's purple. Oh my goodness, how did I get purple on me? I don't know. Okay, so you need to open these things. Well, I forgot to shake it up. Make sure there's nothing stuck on the bottom, nothing stuck on the bottom. Okay, so we open this. And that was way too much. Yes, when I opened these, I screwed up and used way too large of a needle to do so. Okay, now we need the blue. Now the idea with this is to allow the alcohol itself to evaporate completely. You don't want to mix the alcohol into the UV resin. Okay, I'm going to need a little bit more blue, so find one of these that's got a lot more in it and to add a little bit more. And I think, oops, shoot. I hate when that does that. Let's see if I can hurry up and get that blue out of the red area. Have you ever noticed that? I don't understand why we have to worry about the splat outs. So let me try to get that blue out of there. It's going to be one of those days for me, I can see. Now as you can see, the red is reacting a little bit with the UV there. That's what those little white bubbly looking things are. But the alcohol is dissipating. That's why you use only 99%. Okay, so the red apparently has its issue too. Okay, I'm just going to use some smarts here. And I'm going to take a napkin and I'm going to cover these as I shake them. Yes, definitely going to be some issues here today. And that one's not mixed completely. So give me a moment. I might need more red too, so I'll have to put some more in that. Let's see. I'm still having a hard time mixing. These do have an expiry date on them, by the way, and I am well past its expiry date, but I don't mind. I just work with them a lot more. Once I put this on, I'll be able to judge how much more UV resin I need for each of these. Whoops. Only one drop, only one needed. And then a green. I'm pretty sure I pulled a green out here somewhere. Oh, I guess I didn't. And I'm getting... Well, that's odd. That red is just spreading everywhere. I now have red on pretty much every cap there. It's a good red, I'll grant that. Okay, I didn't pull out any green, so what I'm going to do, I guess, is let's go ahead with some green glitter. Don't want too much because we do want it to cure. Alright, it looks like I'm going to need quite a bit of the white more. Definitely a little bit more of the blue. And of the red. And for those little spaces, probably a little bit more of the green glitter. I'll set these two little pots aside so I don't get them all nasty in case I need them for a different solution here. Okay, so need some stir sticks. I'm just going to reuse some of the ones I've already used. From 3D VS Pours. That's one there. Sorry everybody, my arm's in the way. Alright, I'm trying to get them out of my little container over here. Okay. Oh look, a toothpick for testing even. So this was red before, we do red now. And remember, we don't want a whole lot of color because transparency, translucency is what helps the resin to cure. Alright, since the candy cane is going to be a real pain in the rear end ski, I think I'll start with the candy cane first, and I'll move these aside here. And bring the candy cane forward. Of course, I'll be using epoxy resin for the two reindeer. And you only want a little bit on your stick, so I've got to turn that where I can see in there. Now remember, this is just for coloration. You really don't have to fill it in each spot. You just want enough for coverage. And for this, it's going to be a little bit, will go a very long way because the areas are so tiny. Okay. Let's see if I can get past. Without overspilling, because as you can see, I don't know if you can or not, really. Let's get that wiped out of there really quick. Don't want it down the side. I have not even decided what color epoxies I'm going to put in. And if I can figure it out, that would be super fantastic. Oh, I do hate that part. The static just grabs a hold of it and takes it where the static wants it. Alright, let's get this little toothpick to get this in through the channel here. Make sure we go around very gently with the toothpick to get any air bubbles that's being trapped. Oh, do you know what I just did? I do. Ha ha ha. I put the red in the wrong one. Alright, well, this is just going to be a red candy cane, I think. Oh boy. It is one of those days. Now, I could try to suck that out of there and clean it, but that will take forever to do that. And it seems I've spilled some red over the side anyway, so, well, let's just continue that trend. And there it goes, slamming itself to the side again. Okay, those areas are filled. I really should just bring out a needle bottle to do this, but I am tired-ish, and well, it's a little tedious altogether. And because I don't want to take too long, I'm just going to go ahead and fill this one the rest of the way, and then I'll put you all on pause, and I will take care of filling in the others and making sure, of course, on the cleanup. Okay. I don't think I have enough color in the other two up here, which means all I have to do is put a little bit more of the resin in to deepen the color. Alright, I think that's going to do that. Did see an area of contention there. Okay. That part's done. A little wipe out. I'll have to grab a cotton bud for the underneath of the light bulb area. And try to get to it without wiping out the other portion. Okay, candy cane ready. Okay, I'll go ahead and put you on pause and get to finishing up the rest of these real quick. Wow, 30 minutes already. Alright, I've gotten all the UV resin in. So right now I'm setting it to cure. When I get done with the cure, I will go ahead and bring you back and let you see what the progress was. Alright, this is the results of the colorings. I do wish I could border these, but I'm afraid to do that. I shouldn't be, but I am. And maybe I'll change my mind before I get started with the epoxy. And the plan is only to fill them with a little bit of glitter and clear epoxy. I set the reindeer aside for right now because I do want to focus on getting these 4 done, and then I will mix enough for both reindeer. Alright, I'll be back in a moment. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but I am wearing a device that is anti-static for computers. It is attached to my scissors because they are metal, and it is actually working to dissipate the static with the resin. It is not trying to cling over to the cup, so that's a really big deal for me. Because if you can't guide your resin properly, you're not going to get it where you really want it to be. Right now at this stage, I do have a lot of micro bubbles because I did not allow it to sit on my heat mat to warm up, and it does show 74 degrees where my thermometer is. But where I'm sitting at with the resin, it is not 74, it's more like 70. And yes, you do need to warm up your resin in order to have it work properly. So I'm going to go ahead and put you on pause while I finish stirring and getting this mixed. And because, well, you've seen me mix and how I mix before if you've watched my other videos. And so nobody needs to sit through this all the way. This is almost mixed already. But I do go for the full 5 minutes if I have not warmed up my resin. I made 100 ml of A, 100 ml of B for a total of 200 ml. I'm not sure that it's going to cover all of these. I'll probably have to make a little bit more. But I do have the goal of getting all 4 of these ornaments done and the 2 deer. So I'll be back in a few. And yes, as you can see, I did go ahead and put the gold on all 4 of them. My only issue is when I got to the tree, it started skipping again. So I think that pen's actually going out of ink. So I'll have to dig out my other one for future ones. Alright, back in a sec. Alright, the resin is ready. I chose some holographic glitters. The red isn't holographic. I don't know where the red holographic is, but it will do. And yes, I am wearing my painter's mask to keep all powders and glitters out of my lungs. It does also help to filter out some of the fumes from the resin. I was looking for a spoon for a second there, and aha, maybe that's what I'm looking for. There we go. I do want to dump some in, but I don't want to dump just one type of the glitter since it is a mix. So I want to go ahead, and I did take my static guard off so that I don't end up throwing everything everywhere. I do want this a very light situation. So that's as much of that glitter as going in. Red's a very powerful glitter, or a very powerful color. Yeah, maybe I should have kept it on because now I've got things sticking to me again. Okay, let's get this red one cleaned off. Luckily, if it flops over into any of the molds, I'm safe because glitter's going in the molds. And if you can't see this well, I'm really sorry. Can't see this that well. That would work probably much better, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm really sorry anyway. But I need to bring my camera out further as soon as I can. Go ahead and get the blue wiped off of this. No sense in mixing the glitter colors, right? Now I really don't need to put the gold in because the green has gold in it. But I do want a little bit more gold, and I want those larger flakes. There we go. Got some of the holographic. Oops. Just pop it all over, right? Yes, it's been one of those 2 days actually. Trying to get all of this done. My heat mat is still warming everything up. And it is definitely the holographics I'm after in this. I'm hoping you will all be satisfied enough to just watch that portion of the glitters going in. Whoop. Gotta watch my hands. And I gotta watch putting green into a gold, or a white. Alright, let's get this glitter in here. Now, I never have been a huge glitter fan because I hate the cleanup, but I love the gorgeous effects. So please bear with me on all of this. I am trying to hurry because I know that this is already almost 40 minutes in. Okay, let's get this mixed in really well. I don't want more in one than the other of glitter. So I'm getting that down in there as well as I can. Glitter will sink, most of it. Though I have been finding that this larger holographic stuff does tend to get suspended nicely. So we will see how this goes. We'll go ahead and do a gentle pour into each one. Allow it to build and get the bubbles out. Now if I end up with too much with the glitter, that's fine too. I'll still add the brown mica for the deer. And some of these molds are definitely deeper than the other. I think I'll hold off for a second doing that. And let's take something down the edge there. Grab something to wipe this off first. Because we don't want any bubbles. Normally I don't mind a bubble or two, but there are definitely some areas in here where bubbles are going to stick and be a problem. Especially under those bulb areas. And down in little tree areas there, where the tree stump is, or the tree trunk. It's not a stump till you cut the tree, right? Alright, that should have taken care of those bubbles. We'll let it give a second to rise again. I'll get this wiped off. Okay. I'm going to pour some more, but I do want to make sure that all the glitter I can get suspended is suspended. Wow, that's really not good. I just cut that really close there. So I'm going to try pulling some of that out. Because I do want it domed, I just don't want it sort of... I hope I don't get any volcanic explosions. I will be posting pictures of some ice cubes and things that have been going on in my house for the last couple weeks that for some reason they just get these little eruptions. And it's quite odd. And there has been talk, articles on the internet, which you can't believe all the time, but that they're saying that we're getting ready to experience a polar shift reversal. Okay, let's see how far up these got. Alright, this one looks good. That one, this one needs just a little bit more. Okay, those are done. I don't have enough for both of these for sure. And I do want to shift these, but I don't want to spill them, so one moment while I shift. Okay, let's go ahead and get some mica into this. I guesstimated about 2 ounces each, but which would have been about 60 mil, but I think that would have been overkilling on it. Okay, let's get a little old spoon here. Put the mica right on the stick. Two good heaping spoons, and that should do it. Okay, now to get that incorporated, after I close up the bag, we don't need any boo-boos. That is a very pretty color. That should make those deer really nice looking. And it's a bronze, so should be a deer color at least, right? It should be interesting if any of this glitter gets past the mica. Which I'm sure it will. Okay. I'm going to pour a little bit in, and then we're going to try to make sure all the bubbles are out of the ears and the antler. I'm going to pour it in slightly slow. Alright. I'm going to let that sit for a second. And get these little ears and antlers pinched. Remember, release slowly so that it sucks in just the epoxy and not more air. And don't just squish, kind of rub it a little bit. Sorry, I think I just went out of frame a little. Alright, I think I got both antlers really well. Okay, on to some more. Now, if I do have more of the resin, I will partly fill the other deer. Okay, I want to get his little nose tip here. Beep, beep, beep. Tip it just sideways. A little bit more. I want to try to get above those little legs there, so that as I push the bubbles out, they don't filter back in there. Okay, now to make sure the tail gets filled in, definitely got to pinch that tail pretty good. And as much as I'm pinching it, it still looks like I'm missing it. So I'm going to push it in there. Funny how you have everything on hand and then all of a sudden you don't. Okay, well, I'll just use this as gently as I can. Try to get up underneath the rim here. Alrighty, I'm going to have just a little bit left over, so I will go ahead and begin trying to fill the other one. At least I got his head. Well, antlers and ears, and most of his head, and I think I might be able to, with the rest that's in there, do that. Beat the little guy's nose. Run some of the resin down into the legs. Sorry, I realize I just went off camera. Okay, now all of it's not going to stick there, but, and his face wants to keep not filling in all the way, so let's hurry up and get the rest of this down in there. Now it's about the best I can do. without making too much more of a mess. I'm going to go ahead and probably clean this one out this time, because I really am getting low on its ability to get cleaned easy. So I'm going to go ahead and pause y'all now. Back as soon as it's cured. Alright, they're a little warm still because the heat mat just got turned off, but they are unmoldable, so this one here, for some reason, sunk pretty far down. This one as well. Matter of fact, it seems all four did. This one did for the deer. But it is time to get them demolded. There are a couple bubbles because, well, you know what happened at the beginning. You know, I didn't let it sit like I normally do. And of course, as usual, all glitter tends to sink, some more than others. So a lot of the glitter fell to the front. I'm just going to quickly demold them all, and then we'll take a look. This one here has a bubble right here. They are unmolding pretty clean. I need to get better lighting. I really do, everybody. Okay, got that out of there. It's also got a few cat hairs. They all do. And like I said, this one here is going to be really strange to have to deal with. Never understood when I first saw this why they put the bulb area at the bottom of the tree. But maybe I'll make my own mold someday and make it the proper way. Holy cow. What is wrong with this one? Too round? There we go. Okay. Let's go with this one. Let's see if we can get that up. Here, let me bring my light upwards so that when I bring it to the camera, it's a little bit better. All right. There's that one. Focus. Hocus focus. There we go. Oh, that one turned out gorgeous. And it is transparent, so that light bulb, when it gets put in there, will look fine. This is more like for those little round, flat LED bulbs, which I don't have any of, but I will get a light to shine behind these. Okay, this is the tree that needs it fixed on the trim because the gold didn't want to work. Oh, wow, the candy came out pretty good. I like that. And then the stocking. Focus in, there we go. Oh, that turned out great. It's got a little hole right here where apparently there was a bubble in the toe. But that's all right too. All right, we got those out of the way. I'm going to put them out of the way so that when I demold the little deer boy here, let's get that little piece off. Some of the glitter did float to the top, so that's pretty cool. Let's see if I can get that up there for it. Well, it's not really showing. Okay, let's see how long this takes me to unmold. And see if I manage to get all the bubbles out of the little areas. Okay, so far so good. No bubbles. Boy, this little guy's going to be tough to get out. They've got a little pull tab right here, but let's see if my arthritis can grab that little guy and pull him out. Okay, I'm going to use some soapy water inside there. Oops, that's not even the soapy water, that's the regular water. 1 second, let's try that one more time. Okay. Squishers it around. That's seeming to work a little bit. Pull that loose, let the soapy water get down in there. Alright, now let's try it. If not, my husband's on standby to the side of me in case I can't get this guy out of here. I know, I've seen other people struggle with this. Okay, hold on, everybody. He's been given the task. I think he's struggling a little bit too. This keeps making me think I've got glitter here, but it's that gold marker. And of course, yes, the other deer did not get filled up all the way, so I will wait to demold him after I fill him up the rest of the way. And yes, I will find another project that I can use that wonderful bronze in. Yes, he's having problems too. Here, maybe it'll take 2 hands doing this. Ugh, that's doing it. Oh no, I lost both antlers and ears. Thanks, honey. Good Lord. Well, there comes one set. So that's how you do it. You just break them apart and he comes out. Come out wherever you are. So there is a design flaw with this. There we go. Okay, so here is our bald, earless deer. I'll bring him up. Get his eyeball wiped off. You see, he had a tear. He's like, I lost everything. And this one goes to this side. I will glue these on. And this one to this side. And let's see, get him up there. There he is. At least he had no holes. Alright, so that's it, everybody. Yeah, he's got some glitter on top of his head, you can see. And once I fix him, I will color in his spots, his eyes, and give him a nose and mouth. But other than the missing ears and antlers, he's pretty good. Okay, if you liked the video and you maybe even got a chuckle out of it, hit the thumbs up button. Of course, leave a comment below, even if it's big, rolling on the floor, laughing your faces off. That'll do. And of course, to my longtime subscribers, I love you very much, and most gracious thank you to the new subscribers. Those that haven't subscribed, and if you've been to the channel a few times, maybe consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. And share if you think it's worthy enough for giving somebody a laugh. Funny fails video. Yahoo! Alright. Love y'all and peace out.